unity, the table will turn. They think that they're actually like doing you a favor for holding political office, which they killed to occupy. And they are in the office, ask them questions about what they are doing. They automatically become so upset, angry. And you're like, why are you angry? I have the right to ask all these questions. Say, no, who are you? You don't deflect on. It is about their personality, their ego, and all that. Because since Tifnumbu came in, I don't know if you have noticed, they have now, they have lifted eye service and hypocrisy to the next level. They discovered that Tifnumbu enjoyed this praise singing and the praise singers, and every one of them around him became a professional praise singer because he probably enjoys it, or he does enjoy it. But if you dare hold them, try to hold them responsible, then you're going to see the other side of them that ordinarily it takes extra push to get to that level with Nigerian politicians. Because Nigerian politicians are actors. They can act any role. They can take anything in. They understand that their people knows them as criminals. At the same time, right, there's nothing they can do about it. So as long as they are playing the script very well. To now get to the skin of, under the skin of a Nigerian politician on national television, that takes extra. And I think that's one thing they don't like about Rufai Oseni. I know most of you have seen this viral video, conversation between Umahi and Rufai Oseni on a rise. So what happened? Umahi has been doing everything possible to convince people that whatever you think about the coastal road, you are wrong. The coastal road is one of the legacy projects. However, there are questions, including people whose properties were destroyed during the said, right of way, so to say. They are not compensated. So this has been going on back and forth. There are those who spend their own hard-earned money from the diaspora to buy properties in that part, in the axis. So Umahi took this part of the land, and the lady who was the real estate agent that kind of sold the land, she's claiming that there were already erected properties on this said land. Umahi said nothing. And in his own defense, so in fairness to him, he said, the woman is only blackmailing him. That if she had collected money from people, that people have, people believe that she's constructing buildings for them or whatever, right? There is no proof that there was any building there. Umahi was saying that, right? So he said, because if you are to build any house in Lagos, you will get the government approval, which will show that, you don't need to build and they've approved your building, right? This said woman and estate, they never had any Lagos state government approved, right? So then the conversation went on to, listen, you said, we know that your coastal road is 18 trillion naira. That's a whooping sum of like $12 billion. No bidding, no nothing. But could you break it down and tell us, since you said you are doing this road in phases, and you can't just give us one particular cost and say, oh, it is 10 billion naira per kilometer. I say, okay, 10 billion times 750 kilometers. And he was like, no. He's an engineer. And then it's quite interesting though, right? But I'm coming. The first part of it, right? Here, Umahi and Rufai Oseni. Can I ask you for something? Yeah, a very quick one, okay? I am glad that you are here, by the way, right? So if you can just please take a minute. No, 10 seconds. Leave the comment section right now, right? And just tap that thumb up there, right? Like the broadcast if you can. That's if you haven't already. Now let's go to that their Arise face off. Devil Umahi's meltdown. Here.
I want to say, talk briefly on the Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway because I listened to, the PDP chieftain that came on this program yesterday about this time, Otumba Segun Showemi, and I was very displeased with a number of damaging information, that Rufai dished out to the public. And I feel that it's very important that I clear, such damaging information. Rufai was very wrong when he said that I was struggling to give figures on Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway cost. That is, very disrespectful because this is my profession, and I was in your studio, Dr. Abate, and I ran the figures from the basis, takeoff sheets, and arrive at the cost. Now, what Rufai is asking me to do is to give him cost per kilometer, from Section 1 at Ahmad Bello Way in Lagos, down to Cross River, Calabar. And that is very unfortunate because he wants to learn engineering from the back door. There is no two sections, or even within a road project, even where there are no challenges, that you can get a cost of 1 kilometer the same with the cost of the other kilometer. And I thought that I had sufficiently, explained the cost of the coastal highway. And I thought that each time there was award of any kind on infrastructure and other awards in Federal Executive Council would always come out and then give out the analysis, to the public. And so what Rufai was saying was very inciting, and I think he's very good at doing this, and he should desist from that because it's actionable. Number one, the Section 1, the 30% component of it is naira denominated. The 70% is a loan component, and he knows that this loan component was put out to the public, by the developmental bank. The Dutch bank put it out to the public, to financial institution, and he knows that this subscription, it was oversubscribed by $100 million. And they said that the cost of the coastal highway was very cheap, and they had to come to site to inquire about the standard, why the cost should be that low. And so I have done all that I should do, but if you decide to stay before the public and then damage information because you don't like one administration the other, it's very unfortunate. But that job is ongoing. And I hope that Rufai will have the opportunity to follow the road, one time to appreciate what the president is doing. Now, he took on me again on wing hopes. And I want to, put him on a task. These wing homes, I'm sure that he had decided not to understand, the truth about it. The woman that is in charge of wing homes development, from available facts before me, bought 12 hectares of land from the villagers, the natives, according to her, in 2022, and bought it 12 hectares for 50 million naira, not dollars, 50 million naira. And these investors, from what I have, because they have contacted me, two brothers bought 5 hectares. One person bought 5 hectares. That is 10 hectares already, and they're all based in Nigeria. And as of 2021, she had started selling. But the document I have says she bought this land in 2022 and only 12 hectares. And then she was selling 21 million naira, not dollars, in 2021. And as at the time we started construction, she started selling a plot for 70 million. And a plot is 675 meters squared. That is what her own plot, was said to be. Now, these are the questions. Who are these investors? That's number one. Number two, you bought, 12 hectares within a very developed area, for 50 million in 2022. If you go there, you see a lot of houses around there. And so how come, was it properly bought from the native? That's number two. Number three, did you register the concern with Lagos State government? Can you put up the document before the public? You should send it to, the attorney, Mr. Rufai, so that he can look at it. Number four, who are the people that bought this land? Did they pay in dollars or they pay in naira? You should be able to publish it. Now, I took journalists last week to Lagos at the point of, and Rise was there. And they had to explore the entire premises. And if there were buildings there and they were demolished, the tendency is that you will still see even some few rubbles there. If the land was reclaimed, you will not see the original vegetation. So they didn't discover any evidence that one building was put up outside the gatehouse, which we demolished. We valued it and we demolished it, and that was 19 million. That's what they valued it for. And then there was also no evidence that there was approval for any building by the Lagos State government. If there was, they should put it forward. Number five, they should also show us those buildings where they were located and the monitoring of those buildings by the Lagos State government, because you would not be building without being monitored in Lagos State. So these are the issues. And
Nuisance Lele.
That's what they are very good at. Now, for you to understand what just happened there is that Win a home or so, this estate agent, right? A woman, a businesswoman, spotted a land for sale. She flew to Nigeria, discussed with the locals, and then bought using Devulumayi's info, which is possibly completely lies, right? But just using that to have a context. So she bought 12 hectares of land, which is a lot, right? For, according to Devulumayi, she bought the land for 50 million or something in 2022. He went back to the US, advertised this choice land in choice area in Lagos. Everything is fine, the document and all of that, which she presented though. But if you listen to this mofo, you will think this woman had no right to any land, Abi. So Devulumayi confirmed that he bought the land, right? And is now questioning that maybe she didn't even buy the land properly from the locals. Nobody the locals, they complain, no. They don't get problem. Now Devulumayi. Then he went on to say the woman was selling the land for 21 million naira per plot. So, is that not what you are doing in Lagos? Your overpriced estate and your overpriced properties in Lagos. Is that not what you're doing? Anyway, she's selling a plot for 21 million. And people were buying, Abi, which means she's selling her land. And according to the lady, the plan then was that it was to have a community where they got their own, like you have in Lagos, all these places, Kinekon estate, this one estate, that one estate, right? So that's her plan. So in 2024, according to Devulumayi, the woman started selling the land for a plot for 70 million. So all of that is just to present the woman as, number one, we are not even sure that she bought the land, even though we are sure she bought the land, but we are trying to not to be sure that she bought the land. Then number two, do you know that she's making so much money from the land as well? How can you be making so much money from your land? Then three, she said that she's already constructed some buildings or whatever in there, on the land rather, and they've been demolished. We need her to show us the proof, the approval from Lagos State. Alaye, whether she sell the land for 1 billion naira per plot, whether she has approval to build yet on it or not, the fact that it's a land gives her every right, to demand for compensation in the sense, the situation where you are constructing a road, which is like for the public interest. Umahi took this woman's land. It's like saying, oh, we need to take your land, okay? Because the road we are constructing is going to take this size. And every land here, in the middle of this bottle, every land that goes through that, we're going to claim them. It's called right of way, okay? But Umahi and his gang, the coastal road they here, they are still collecting people's land as far as here. And I'm talking about thousands of acres of land like that in the name of coastal road. So if you have lost part of your land to the coastal road here, but you still have some here, you will lose everything. That's what's going on there. So they are now picking, if you have connection in Abuja, they can remove your own name and remove your own plot and say your own is sorted. That is what is creating all these problems. So if not, there shouldn't even be any problem. Oh, the government want to use this land for road. So let's have all those who are the owners of the land. It's called right of way. It's not government's land. You don't just go anywhere, but these criminals, what they are doing is that in their usual way, as they are doing that, they are picking on choice lands for themselves too, in the name of federal government. So you that are the locals around there, you can't fight them because they will tell you to go and fight federal government. And that's how they have managed to grab people's lands. But the wahala is just about to start. For Umahi, in don't talk. It's now going to be the turn of Rufai. This is the time I need you to pay attention to the public officer, somebody who is a public official in Nigeria, being asked questions that he is not comfortable with. He considered as low, insulting questions, inciting questions, or the questions that have predetermined ending, a gotcha moment. And because of that, it felt so deflated. Baba Umahi want to turn to toad or bolo on screen. I need you to pay attention. No, it's a long watch, all right? It got to a stage that I actually thought it was looking different. It was like that. I was like, oh my God. If for any reason they put him and Rufai in a room, they can't give Umahi gun at close range. He go empty the entire magazine on Rufai. But why? It's a simple question. So what the issue? It shouldn't, should it? This is that part.
You will allow me do a right of reply because it's obvious you came for me today, my very good minister friend.
Rufai,
hang on a minute.
I'm still talking.
Hang on a minute. After you went to report me to, you can finish. But after you reported me to President Tinubu, you are on here with me again today. But it's fine. I will respond to you, Minister. Go ahead.
You were putting a Abati, am I on?
Go ahead, Minister. We can hear you. Go ahead. We can hear you.
Okay. Yes. Now, the third one, Rufai became an attorney, darkening counsel without knowledge. She said, oh, there is a case in court. Yes. There were and there are still cases in court. The first case was 39, people that their properties were demolished and properly, evaluated, and they were paid. Even shanties, the president directed us to pay you know, because he wants to alleviate their problems. Naturally and normally and by law, we don't pay for shanties when they are destroyed.